All right. So basically, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to make it a really quick intro here. So I have a client who I got assigned to rank him for sell my house fast in a specific market, which is San Antonio, right? So basically, what I would do is I am just going to essentially make a video of exactly how I would do it if I was going to do it by myself without a camera or being filmed. I'm literally just going to do exactly what I would do normally. So I just thought I'd just film it, and that way I can make a video about it. So hopefully some others can learn about this. So basically, what I'm gonna do is this is the first thing I'm gonna do when I get a client. So obviously, so he's in the area of San Antonio, so I have to evaluate. Okay, what exactly does he wants to rank for sell my house fast? Okay, got that covered. He's a real estate investor, just like most of you are. Um, got that covered, and now I'm like, okay, I got to deep dive into our competitors of San Antonio and see exactly what's going on there. That way I can make the blueprint so I can get this thing ranked, right? So here's I mean, it's very simple. I'm just gonna go on the computer and just do exactly what I would do, kind of maybe explain it a few steps here and there, and just show exactly what I do. I got nothing to hide. This is pretty much, I mean, people charge for this type of content, but I am simply gonna make it for free because I just want to provide value. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I mean, so right away I'm gonna go to sell my house fast, San Antonio. And I'm gonna notice a lot of people here. Okay, so San Antonio, the population's 1 point something million, right? So it's a lot of people, a very competitive area from what you'd think. But there's a lot of things in SEO that you can do just to make sure you beat your competition or at least get up to them. So basically, I'm just gonna check out the SERP here, and there's really not much to it. Just gonna see exactly who's ranking, what's ranking, and I'm just gonna kind of click on a few websites. First thing I notice, this guy's a homepage, and basically the home pages are gonna rank a lot easier than domains because they hold all the power, right? Especially if they have a lot of age, they have a lot of reputability. It's a lot easier to rank than a location page because your location pages are gonna feed off that main domain. So if this is ranking and he has other location pages, it's probably a lot easier to rank those other location pages just because of the home domain. So hopefully that makes sense. But I'm just gonna kind of go through here and just see, okay, what are we working with here? Okay, we got a video here. A lot of photos, a couple graphics, nothing too crazy. Looks like there's a ton of internal links. Looks like these, okay, so these are fake internal links. Okay, that one isn't because that's a blog post. This one isn't. We buy hoarder houses. Okay, so he's using these as other specific problems. So divorce houses. Okay. Fire houses. Okay. So I see exactly what he's doing here because if we looked up my firehouse, fire damaged house, San Antonio, which I don't even know how many people are going to look this up. Yeah, so you got this guy right here. Okay, so I see exactly what he's doing there. So he's attacking each niche specifically by the problem. So not a bad idea. I mean, just you're not going to get a ton of people who will do that, but it's very niche, and so you're going to get some very motivated people in those niches. But bankruptcy, yep, so you can see foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, foundation issues. All right, yeah. So that makes sense. I'm gonna go through here, pretty basic, has some frequently asked questions here. Let's see what else. He's got his map, 106 reviews. That definitely helps because Google My Business, if you have a lot of reviews that also have a large click-through rate of people clicking on your Google My Business and giving you reviews and doing it's going to benefit your website immensely just because of the reputability and the credibility, right? Because Google ranks a website per each SERP, search engine results page, um, for essentially um, depending on it depends how you want to look at this here, but on relevancy and credibility, right? Those are the two main things of why they would rank a website, right? So it just kind of depends on that. But I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to go to SEO Quake, look at their page info. So he's got 2,800 words. His density, so San Antonio, his density 5759 times. Sell house, so he's got a very heavy density, 1.8, 1.6%, 1.8% of the time. Fast is 1.2, so I like that. That's cool. So he's a very dense keywords here. So I'm gonna go over here. Look at his, let's see here. Look at his backlinks. See what we're rocking with. So we got, I'm gonna guess, I don't even know how many referring domains it would be. Probably a lot, probably a decent amount, 500 maybe. 300, okay. So he's got 332 referring domains, 914 backlinks, which shows that it's pretty white hat for the most part. I don't see a lot of black hat stuff in here. I mean, you have, okay, so you got this guy, USA Today. This looks like a guest post of some kind or like a Harrow link of some kind that he got. Okay, evicted aggressive. I don't know where this came from. Fox News. It is a, it must be a guest post or a press release of some kind or something because it's a no follow article. So we're just, yeah, so it's pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm analyzing essentially how many referring domains he has and how powerful his backlink profile is. And it looks like pretty solid. Um, See, this is edu links, which can get, maybe a little black hat, but nothing too crazy there. Yeah, so it's a pretty solid backlink profile, a pretty solid backlink profile here. So there's our first competitor, and pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this information, write this down in a notepad, and I'm gonna go San Antonio, sell. I'm gonna put number one. I'm gonna go sell house fast. All right. So he has sell in here. It looks like 47, and then I'm gonna put in parentheses 1.63 times, or percent, I mean, which this will matter here later on. I'll kind of get into why this matters. So then he's got house in here 53 times at 1.84%. And he's got fast in here, I believe, 35 times at 1.21. Okay, so 1.21%. So basically, this is just standing, obviously, for how many times it's in the content. This is the percentage of the content that the keyword fills out, and this basically is just dictating. Because if all he had in his body text was "sell my house fast" 100,000 times, it would show 100,000 times, and it would show 100% of the content essentially, right? And so this just shows that 1% of his content is the word "sell." 1.84% is the word house, right? So it just shows exactly the keyword density, kind of exactly what's going on there. So then I'm going to go to his headings as well, and I'm going to go here to SEO maple syrup. So he's got one H1, 16 H2s, 9 H3s, 5 H4s, and 2 H6s. Okay, so there's a lot of variety here. Because mostly the ones that are going to give you power is H2s and H3s, right? Obviously H1 does, but you don't want to go over 1 most of the time unless all of your competitors have 2. But I would definitely stick to 1, especially if all of your competitors have 1. So, like I said, the power where a lot of it's going to come from is H2 and H3. But we're going to go in here and essentially just count up all of the optimized headers. So optimize meaning um, ones that include keywords, right? So obviously are chasing keywords, and you'll see what I kind of mean. So this first one is going to be optimized because it says sell your house fast in San Antonio. So there's one. We buy houses in San Antonio, Texas. That's going to be 2. This one's not going to be 1 because it's any condition, no commissions, 100% free cash offers. That doesn't, it's not, there's no keyword in there that we're trying to rank for. This one, obviously not either. So, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give him that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll give him that. 11, 12, 13, 14. No. All right. 15. No. Understanding. I'll give him, that's close, but I'll give him that. 15. Who are the best cash home buyers? 16, 17, 18, 19. So he's got 19 optimized headers. So I'm just going to write this. Headers equal. Here you go. Add these up. So 16 plus 9 is 25, 30, 33. So he's got 33 headers. 19 of them are optimized. Right? So then he's got 25 H2 plus H3. And this makes sense. And I say H2 and H3, 25 of them, 19 of them being optimized, is just because you don't obviously want to have 50 headers or 50 H2 and H3s, right? You need to keep the same amount of numbers roughly and keep the same amount of number optimized because 19 divided by 25 equals, let's see, calculator. Go 19 divided by 25, 76%. Usually the base margin in a competitive keyword like this is around 80%. So there's some improvement that we can add maybe and beat this guy. It's gonna take some time, but it'll be worth it here in the long run. So number two, I'm gonna go exactly and do the same thing I did with this guy. So I'm gonna go here. Actually, I'm just gonna write down his word count. I believe it was 2,888. Word count 2,888. And I'm trying to think, so then I have word count, have headers. What else do I need? Images. It looks like he has all his alt text, which is pretty basic. I mean, that's usually everyone's going to have. He has 86 internal links, 15 external links. Okay, so we'll keep that. I'm going to keep that in mind as well. Internal links, 86. And internal links are practically just links that are pointing to web pages that you already own. So this website specifically already owns. If you link to your Google My Business, that is considered an external link. If you link to a Wikipedia link, that is an external link. But if you're linking to a blog post of yours or your contact us page or whatever the case may be, that is internal. So just going to keep note of that because you don't want to have too many internal, but you don't want to have less than this guy. That's for sure, especially if all of our competitors have it. So I'm going to go and do the same thing. Just copy this, and then we're gonna go to the same thing and go to this number two guy. This number two guy I've seen previously before I was doing this video, saw he was a lot less, but he's got a shit ton of external links and external or internal and external links as well. So here, let's go to SEO Quick, check this guy out. 3107, so he's got plenty of words here. 3107. So sell, he's got 30, which is less than the previous guy, which is 0.97%. Then he's got house 20 times. Interesting. 20 times at 0.64. So this guy's his density I can already see because keyword density is the first thing that I look at when somebody comes to me and says my website won't rank. Okay, what's your keyword density? That's the biggest thing when coming down to this and where the website's at. It's gonna factor a lot of things. So we're at house, so then fast. Let's see, I don't even see it. I don't even see it. Fast. 10 times, 0.32%. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go to here, we're gonna go to headers. Holy smokes, 61 headers. Okay. H2s only. I mean, that's not even all of them. He has no H1, 62 H2s, 9 H3s, 15 H5s, and 4 H6s. So holy smokes. Okay. This is insanity. Okay, so we're gonna go here through here. This is 1, 2. 3, since this is sell their San Antonio home. 4, because it says home buyers in San Antonio. 5, because it says we buy houses from in San Antonio, so I'd consider that. 5, 6. No. Just a second here. So we're at 6. All right, so we're at 6. No. So I'm seeing obviously a lot of them aren't optimized, which is very interesting. Very weird. And this is what's so fun about SEO is because you get to see this, but every website's different, but then you basically are trying to extract why Google is even ranking these people. And it's so it's fun, but it's goddamn sometimes it's bizarre. Like that's crazy. No H1 and 61 header twos. That's crazy. Let's see. Holy shit. 7, 8. I mean, shit, I only see 8 optimized headers for Christ's sake. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm definitely taking note of this. I mean, he's got a metric shit ton. I'll have to add this up. 8 optimized. How many H2s does he have? It's fucking ridiculous. 70. That is insane. 70 headers. I think it was plus 19, I believe. I mean, this isn't even really my concern. I mean, that is 70 plus 15, 85, 89 headers. 89 fucking headers when the guy is 33. So that's crazy. His optimization rate is horrible. So 8 out of 89. I mean, Jesus, that's going to be like 10%. 8 divided by 89 is, yeah, 9%. Word count is 3107. Internal links is, well, let's see this. This might be fucking crazy too. Internal, Jesus, 186 and 12 external. So the good thing is the external links really aren't a big deal. So that's good. 118, 186, not 118, 186. God, I'm almost about to call him a director or yeah, a directory here in a minute. Which, if you don't know what directories are, it's like Yelp or anything like that, where they have a massive amount of internal links. So like where people buy spaces to be like, hey, best local carpet cleaner or whatever. That's a directory. So make sure I have everything on this guy. Yeah, crazy. This is a crazy SERP already. This is fun. Hope I'm not confusing. I'm just kind of just rambling and just doing exactly what I mean, I'm literally making this guy's website right in front of you guys. So, uh, nothing, nothing to hide here. This is about as real as it gets. I mean, like I said, most people would charge for something like this, but I am quite literally just rambling and just going with the flow here. So first thing, obviously, I noticed like we did. I mean, all these are home pages. I mean, if you want to rank in San Antonio, you're gonna have to use your home page. I mean, it's simply put. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna go and analyze this guy. So then he's got, let's see, page info. So he's got 2,100 words, so a lot less than the previous guy. So 2103. And then I'm going to go here down to his keyword density. So then sell is 35, which is 1.66%. So his density is pretty high, just like the previous guy. Sell, and then house is 47, which is 2.2. Two, three. Wow, that's much higher than the number one guy for sure, but a lot less than number two guy. So there's got to be an underlining problem here. And I forgot to analyze the other guy's backlinks, but let's keep looking here. So house is 2.23%. Fast is 33. So we got 1.57, I believe. Yes, 1.57. So all right, so we're doing that now. So now we understand this guy's density is really high. So we're gonna go to this guy here. He's got a video right at the top. Yeah, he's got little text, but his density is really high, which is a good benefit. I mean, because let's see, I'm gonna check this guy's backlinks and see if he has a ton. Because this is his homepage, Texas all cash. So yeah, he's got three. He's gonna have a decent. He's probably gonna have 150 referring domains, maybe. Let's see here. 213. Okay, so yeah, he's got a good profile here. I like this. A lot of no follow, but that's not the worst thing ever. Well, at the top, I mean, no follow at the top, but that's not the worst thing ever. I mean, just having a good white hat backlink profile and having a lot of referring domains and doing everything correctly is going to be in your best interest. But I'm gonna write this down as well for this guy. Forgot to track that other first guy's referring domains. I'll go back and do that. Like I said, I mean, this is completely unplanned. I am just, this is the most unprepared video. I'm just doing exactly what I would do normally. So this is 213. This guy was 332. So yeah, you got to have a decent amount of referring domains to rank this. Domains 332. And then this other guy, what was he again? This other guy, let's see what he was at. Internal, he's going to have a probably the same, about 300, 250, somewhere in there. So once it loads, 436. Okay, but he has 9.6% back or 9.6 thousand backlinks. Shows me that there's quite a bit of funny business, which if you can't tell Wikipedia, like if you can't read it, usually it's black hat. I mean, that's I'm kind of pulling a comical joke here with the SEOers in this world, but yeah, there's a lot of yeah, it looks like a lot of black hat stuff going on there, which you can tell by the referring domains and the amount of backlinks, right off rip, and the amount of follow links compared to no follow that he has, which okay, I mean, you have your top guy who has a pretty white hat profile, number three guy who has a pretty white hat profile. So I'm not concerned of having to use black hat stuff here. It's just I think he's trying to make up for it just because his keyword density is super low. So if you want my honest opinion on why he's not number one with this amount of backlinks, is simply because his keyword density is not correct, and his on page isn't correct. I mean, just simply put. So what I'm gonna go here is I'm gonna go back to this guy, not get distracted here. We're gonna go write down all of his. So I believe we have his word count, headings. We need to grab this guy's headings. So here's his headings. Very low amount of headings, which is this is the weirdest SERP I've ever seen when it comes to headings. I mean, this is absolutely bizarre. Okay, so he's got 10 H3s. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll give that to him. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so he's got 14, which is, so he's got 10, 16, 17. So he's got 17 total headers, but he does 14. 14 out of 17, which is a lot of them. So that is, I mean, damn near 100%. I mean, it really doesn't even matter at this point, but I'm just going to do this for video purposes. 82.3. Okay, so 82%, which is typical anyways. I mean, this is supposed to be 17. 82%, which is very typical. It just looks weird just because he has a low amount of headers. I mean, because if you see the other guys, it's crazy about what the hell's going on here. So I think where was that at? So we gotta go headers. He had 10. He had 10 H2s and H3, but he had total of 17. 17 with 14 being optimized. So that's what he has there. Internal links. Let's see what he's got here. links. He's got 24 internal links and 11 external links. Now, if I was a person new who is wanting to start on this SERP and get ranked for Sell My House Fast in San Antonio, this is a awesome website to look at because he's number 3, very reputable, has a good backlink profile, or I think, yeah, he has a good backlink profile, and everything like that. And this is a site I'd want to see for some confidence because this guy, he doesn't have, a crazy keyword density. He doesn't, or he does. He has a crazy, good keyword density, but he doesn't have crazy amount of external links, crazy amount of headers that the first 2 guys would have scared us with, right? So this is a good site to look at for some confidence booster. I think that maybe the one thing is holding back on him is just having more headers, because he has the same amount of backlinks and probably even a better profile than our number 2 guy, in my opinion, even though the number 2 guy has more quality over quantity when it comes to backlinks here. But that is kind of what I'm thinking for this guy. So just kind of explaining why I think this guy's number 3 and not the rest of them, right? So go there. And I'm just going to check this to make sure this is, yep. And I go to incognito mode for this just because sometimes Google changes by day. But if you're going to look up on your regular Google account, it's going to be sometimes skewed. So always make sure you check incognito because it's going to be completely unbiased, completely bias free. So that's why I like to do that. So basically what we've done already is we've analyzed our competition. So running through these numbers, we have, okay, so this guy has, okay, density is pretty dense, nothing crazy there, has, 313 referring domains. This guy's 332. I put this on the wrong one. That was not this guy because this guy had like 400. So my mistake there. 332 referring domains. This guy had like 400-ish, which his backlink profile was definitely some black hat stuff. So not concerned there. Some people will see 9,000 backlinks and be like, "Oh my God." But for me, it's all about referring domains, and it's all about what the profile looks like and what their on page looks like at the end of the day. The backlinks, I promise you, is the absolute last thing that I look at when somebody's not ranking. 100%. The last thing. And so that if anyone's worried out there about backlinks, do not be worried about it. Your on page needs to be absolutely perfected, and everything needs to be dialed in before you start getting backlinks on anything. That like last problem on our list. So we're gonna go in here. 47 sell, house is 53, fast 35, headers 33. Okay, so then just kind of comparing here. Headers 89, 8 optimized, so 9% optimization rate. I think if this guy had right here, this number 2 guy, if he had better keyword density, better and less headers, to be honest, as crazy as that sounds, less headers, but were more dense. So like if I would rather him take away all those headers, and I think the reason you see so many headers is because people make this biggest mistake where they do the design and the headers are based off of the size of the text. Don't do this, right? So if you're designing your own website, make sure that you don't click on, oh, I'm going to use a header too because the text is bigger for the design purposes. Don't do that because Google looks at their H2s and H3s and based off their relevancy. That's a huge part of it. Optimization rate and everything. Word count isn't even really my biggest concern. 288, 3100. 2100. Obviously, you're going to want to stay in between these 2000s. I mean, but it's nothing that's going to. I'm more concerned about the keyword density and how often we use sell, house, and fast, as well as San Antonio. I should have put that in there, but it's no big deal. We can deal with that later. So that's kind of where we're at with competition analysis for this SERP. And pretty much what I'm going to do next here is I'm gonna count up and see exactly what type of entities these people are using, what type of LSI keywords they're using, and everything like that. So that's kind of what we're gonna do right now, and continue to do that. So that way I am finished up for the day on doing this. So let's go ahead and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to images and I'm gonna make this a new note, San Antonio. I'm gonna write all these down. Home buyers. I'm gonna make this organized. It's fast. San Antonio. Home buyers and make it specific. If there's a space in there, give it a space. Real estate reviews, realtor. And keep in mind, I'm getting these at the top of the images bar because basically what Google is telling us is they're like, oh, these keywords, they're relevant to this SERP, right? It's giving it to you on a silver platter. So make sure to have these words in your content because it's going to help boost your on page for sure. So what we're going to do is Facebook, cash offer, SA Texas, cash offer, SA cash buyers, cash offer, cash buyers. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to do we buy houses, San Antonio. We buy houses, San Antonio. So I'm going to go to foreclosure, home, buyers. Most of these are sometimes the same, so I'm not going to go crazy. Bexar County, interesting. I'll probably use that in the content, so that's cool. Property, cash offer, house fast, sell my closing costs. Cash offer, house fast, sell my, and then closing costs. So got these. So these are basically just LSI keywords. Some people classify them as entities, whatever you classify them as. Regardless, you need them in your content. Whatever the hell their label is, it doesn't really matter. These are basically Google just giving these to you on a silver platter, saying, "Yep, this is what the relevant keywords are to the SERP." And a lot of people don't notice this, but it's good to check it out. So we'll write these down so that way when we're writing our content, it's super, super, super easy after that. So, okay, so we got this now. And basically what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go to all, I think this guy is ranking for, okay, so this We Buy Houses, so that House Buyer San Antonio, the one that had a lot of headings and low keyword density, is ranking better for that. But I'm not, it's all good because Sell My House Fast is going to be looked up more. Um, than anything because this guy right here is also this guy. I wonder if this is the same. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because they're all pretty solid profiles, and I believe House Buyer San Antonio is this guy, so that helps. Yep, I believe so, but they're all pretty solid. So, and the one thing they have in common, they have good Google business profiles. That definitely helps to get them at the top. So that's something to keep in mind if you're trying to rank for this keyword. But then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this guy because he's my number one dog here. So let's go Control A, Control C, and then I'm gonna go to TextRaiser API. Basically, what this is gonna do is it's gonna pull all the entities. It's gonna pull all the entities on the site, and I'm literally copy and pasting this guy's entire site, right? So it's it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna copy and paste it in here just to pull all the entities. So we're gonna go here and SA Texas, San Antonio, Texas, phone number San Antonio, cash, email, my San Antonio newspaper, Fox News. I'm not worried about this stuff. I'm more worried about the meat potatoes here. Cash, San Antonio, cash, a lot of cash. Brett Favre, I guess. San Antonio, cash, and these are entities, people, places, things, right? So it's like the nouns of SEO. So now I'm gonna go here and I have a TextRaiser API, which I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna highlight this, right click, and I'm gonna go scrape similar. This is just a little scraper tool that I have. So then I'm gonna go there, copy these to clipboard, and then we're gonna go here. All right, so we're gonna go entities. We're gonna go our number one cat. This is it right there. So sometimes it'll cut off, but it doesn't. Once you're writing the content in your content writer, it is pretty fucking simple. So it is nothing to freak out about. This text raiser, it does it quite a bit. So, because if you scroll down here, because look at how many entities. I mean, imagine if we had to do this hand by hand, it'd be ass. But it kind of just doesn't pick up all these homeowners, San Antonio. Um, so we'll go back here. I'm gonna do the same thing to the second guy. This is my number two dog in my eyes, unless you're trying to rank for We Buy Houses. But I'm just looking at the SERP and Sell My House Fast is the one that's looked up the most in any area. So if you rank for Sell My House Fast, there's a good chance you're gonna rank for a lot of others. So it's just simply put. But what we're gonna do is I don't know why I exited out of that. We're gonna go to TextRaiser API. We're gonna go here. Yep. So he's got a. You can tell he's using his homepage to also tack on these other locations. Because I'll even while we're talking about this, like I know I mentioned locations before, but with locations, it's one of those things where obviously you're providing power to from like the homepage is the big pop of the family, and it's got to feed all the rest of the family. So what happens with that is when you use that power to give it to locations, you got to be very particular in what you want it to use. So location pages are going to be the ones that you want to. I wouldn't necessarily want to do blog pages because you're kind of wasting power on those. You want the blog pages to rank back up to you. So that's just kind of interlinking, and that's a whole different model as far as what we need to do there. So I just copy and pasted these guys. I'm going to go entities, San Antonio, number 2, copy and paste all these. Then I'm going to go to our number 3 guy. Oh, that's not Buddy I'm looking for. I'm looking for this guy. Interesting that he's ranking all the way down there, but Sell My House Fast is probably his biggest density. I'd rather rank for Sell My House Fast than We Buy Houses anyways. So go in here, go through here, go back. All right, so we got this guy. Let's go here. No, analyze. Do same thing here. Scrape similar. Oh, Jesus, come on now. Come on now. Don't go dying on me here. There we go. There we go. All right, so we grab the notes here. So we're gonna go San Antonio entities number 3. Paste that in there. So now we have literally all of our entities, some LSI keywords, and I'll even go back in the SERP here and pull some. This is pretty self-explanatory. But if you go through here, another trick is if you look in here, this is a highlighted word. This is an LSI keyword. This is another way of Google showing like, hey, from the rooftops, we like this word in the SERP because it is relevant in their eyes. So I'm like, okay, well, which cell makes sense. So I'm going to go San Antonio LSI keywords. So we're going to go sell. But then keep in mind, these are LSI keywords, so you want to have them in your content. But like going back to keyword density, since this is a one that you want to keep in mind, you don't want to go too much. And we're going to get to this down the unit. I mean, I'm making this site in a whole process. I mean, you're not going to finish the site in one day if you want to get it to rank. So it's a whole, this is a whole unit. I mean, this is going to be very in detail. I mean, I'm showing you every single thing that I would do if it was my personal website. I'm literally making the website for this guy in front of you guys. So what we're going to do here, so we have sell, uh, San Antonio, and I usually only last through the first page. Buy houses, uh, buy houses, San Antonio, sell again, fast, okay, buy houses. Quick. I mean, sometimes you'll see a duplicate, and I'm just not going to put in that duplicate again. Buy houses, San Antonio, I've already sell. House fast, I'll put that in there, which is fine because we're going to have that in our density anyways. Sell house fast, buy quickly. Okay, interesting. Buy quickly. House fast, buy houses. Yep, we got that already. House fast, we have that already as well. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do there. Pretty basic stuff. The LSIs, I mean, it's just you're going off your density anyways, off your competition. So we have the blueprint. Now, essentially with all this stuff, it's pretty simple. So like this was the first process of how it does. I mean, I know I took, 40 minutes to do this, but this is the second most important part of getting your website up. The first most important part is writing the content, structuring your website properly based off of your competition, right? But in order to get there, you have to analyze your competition first. So that's the first thing that we're going to do here, and obviously that's what I just showed you. So What we're going to do there is now we have our blueprint. So we have, if we go back through here, um, so we have, here's the complete analyzation of Sell My House Fast San Antonio. It's the complete analysis of their keyword density, their headers, how many of them are optimized, their word count, internal links, external links, and the referring domains, right? On how many backlinks. So we know exactly what we're going up against, and exactly, literally, it just shows you right in front of your face of what you have to do to get this thing to rank. So that's exactly what we're going to model off of. And then this just shows some entities and LSI keywords. Here's some entities from our competitors. So I'm going to keep this in mind when I see our competitors so I can use also their keywords that they already have in there. Because clearly, if they have these entities in their website and they're ranking at the top, I'm going to use the same stuff they have. So it's going to make a lot of sense. And then so number 3 guy, so then also him. And then LSI keywords from the SERP. So pretty basic stuff today. It's literally just analyzing your competition and building your blueprint. This is the second most important part of your website besides writing your content. So it's something you need to get good at. You need to understand, okay, how to read other websites, what they have on their website that's getting them to rank, and it's pretty simple. Nothing too crazy after that. So awesome. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, but peace.